Every relationship has those moments, those quiet, really difficult nights that can test even the strongest bonds. Today, we're going to explore a pretty powerful way to handle these moments, not with arguments, but with something, well, a lot deeper. All right, let's get into it. So just think about that for a second. When your partner goes quiet, that silence can feel like a huge wall, right? Like this massive distance just opened up between you. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if that silence isn't actually an ending, but an opportunity?
And this brings us to a scene that I'm sure is pretty familiar to a lot of us, the silent standoff. It's late, you're both in the same room, but emotionally, you might as well be on different planets.
Yeah, this is that moment. The air just feels thick with everything you're not saying. You can almost hear the clock ticking, and it just makes the tension worse. Now, your first instinct, your gut reaction is probably to talk, to fix it, to demand some kind of answer. But the perspective we're looking at today suggests a totally different path.
So to get through this, we kind of have to redefine what love even means when you're in the middle of a conflict. And the key, really, is to move beyond just words.
And here's the big shift. We so often measure love by what's said, the apologies, the explanations. But this idea suggests that real love is lived in the feeling. It's about being a steady presence, a heartfelt connection that's there even when the words aren't working.
And you can really see the difference here. On one side, you've got the usual reaction, arguing, needing to be right, demanding answers. But on the other side, that's the path of feeling. It's all about patience, understanding, and this quiet mission to just maintain the connection no matter what.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's in these tough, silent moments that the real strength of your bond gets a chance to shine. It's not about winning some verbal sparring match. It's about letting that connection you have in your hearts be louder than any disagreement.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice?
Well, it starts by seeing this really challenging moment not as a problem, but as what it really is, a test. A test of your patience and just how deep your love goes. So instead of seeing their silence as some kind of attack on you, this approach asks you to see it as a test of your love. Can you love them unconditionally? Can you love them from that deep down, sincere place, even when you're getting absolutely no reassurance back?
The mindset here really breaks down into 3 pretty simple steps. First, you got to maintain your own inner calm. Realize your peace isn't tied to their mood. Then you embrace endurance. Look, love isn't just about the easy times. It's about patiently riding out the storms. And finally, you just consciously recognize, okay, this is it. This is the test.
I mean, wow, what a powerful image. That's the ultimate cold shoulder, isn't it? Turning their back on you. But the guidance here is crystal clear. Your inner peace, your calm, it shouldn't waver because your love isn't a transaction. It's supposed to be a constant, steady thing. And this leads us to what is really the emotional heart of this whole journey. It's an action you take not with words you say to them, but with words you say for them in the quiet of your own mind. So, before you fall asleep, the idea is to offer this simple prayer. And think about it. It's an act of profound, totally selfless love. You're not asking for anything for yourself. You're not even asking for the fight to be over. You're just wishing all the good in the world for your partner and hoping that the love between you stays strong.
So what happens? What happens after a night like that? A night spent in patient, prayerful silence instead of escalating an argument. Well, that's when we get to the resolution. We get to the morning's first light.
See, here's the thing. Your steady, calm, your patience, that silent prayer, that is a form of communication. It's something that can be felt, even if it isn't heard. That heart-to-heart connection goes way beyond words, and that loving energy starts to shift the entire dynamic between you. And this is the beautiful result. Because you didn't feed the anger with more arguments, you just let it run out of fuel. You gave it a chance to just dissipate. Your calm creates a space where their calm can return. The clouds of frustration start to part, and that love that was there all along gets to shine through again. So when you boil it all down, it comes back to these 3 core pillars. You've got patience, seeing that silence as a test of your strength. You've got prayer, that ultimate act of selfless love. And finally, connection, just trusting that the bond you share is more powerful than any temporary fight. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with.
In a world that's just so full of noise, where we're always told to talk it out, have we maybe forgotten the incredible power of a loving silence? It's a fascinating question.